We're live right now. What is up, everybody? This is a live draft day experience with the Fanaticz Podcast. We ain't going to be doing a live during the draft, so we're going to get you ready for the draft. But first, we're going to dive in to some Phoenix Suns basketball. So I'm Damien.
And what I do, Scataboo, you already know it's Dylan.
It's your boy Frank, and we're about to defend the Suns and the Cardinals to the death.
Yes. The Suns are in for a rough go with OKC as the opponent. Um, Free throw merchants.
Oh
And
my gosh.
last night, free throws were the discussion for everybody, including our superstar, Devin Booker. How do you guys
Yeah,
feel
Absolutely.
about what Devin Booker said about the refs after the game?
I mean, honestly, so I'll start. So basically, like he's like, I can't, I'm not gonna say it word by word, but basically, like, oh, my 11-year career, I never called out an official, blank official, you know. So he called out the official that he had problems with and all that, and basically comparing the officiating to WWE, which caught my eye the most, really. Um, really, if I mean, here's what I think about it. So honestly, three of us here are gamblers. So from our point of views, you already see from a watching and better standpoint of view. Like in my opinion, I don't want to speak for you two yet, but like this shit's already rigged as it is. You feel me? So I don't know. So like basically, they can say like, oh, like they can point out the accountability, like all you want, this and that, but it's like I don't know, like you see spreads all the time, like all 9.5, and how like it barely like I don't know. There's a bunch of like conspiracies with like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's just a whole bunch of like feelings I got with it. So
Well, it's just wild because you have a legit situation where you clearly see why the hell is Devin Booker getting a technical for trying to save the ball? Oh my gosh, it happened to hit a Thunder player. Like, are you fucking serious? And then you got Caruso. Oh, and then they call it. Like, that's fucking fishy.
Yeah, I just think that if you ever watch us play against a high caliber team, like a really famous team or a team that just won the championship, just know that the free throw discrepancy it's going to be in favor of the other team. Pretty much anytime the Suns are in the playoffs, they're they have some sort of cleansing ritual they need to do with the NBA in order to get better calls. And Devin Booker, he needs to win. If we would have won that championship against Giannis, I believe he would be getting those calls and they'd be regarded as one of those players. But since he hasn't done anything, quote unquote, uh, I think they're holding that against him.
I mean, it's just so frustrating when you see, oh, they're making WWE type sells like, congratulations, you went to a great acting school. But one of the bigger things about this series is that a lot of people aren't talking about. We are oversized. Like, imagine if we had a legitimate center playing right now, how much of a difference that would be, and we wouldn't have guys like Williams and Chet Holmgren feasting in the paint, or basically anybody. But it's just like it's hard to get a grasp for anything when every time we do a Lance Stevenson blow, we get a foul called, and they can just straight shove off and perfectly fine. So I understand Brooks and Devin Booker's frustration because at the end of the day, a lot of people, whether they wanted to admit it or not, there, like last night, there was a clear difference in how the game was being called for them compared to us.
Oh yeah, and
right, and it's causing, and we're already dealing with a flaw right now that we've already dealt with a few times this season already with the Suns when we let the officials get in our heads. So and right now, I feel like this time compared to the few times in the regular season, like it's getting to us big time, especially Brooks and Booker. So it doesn't, and then it doesn't help when we're in OKC playing arguably the best team in the league right now, or in the association right now. So it's like you're down 0-2. You can't really. be in your heads because that's what's going to make you go from Suns in 4 to Suns out in 4 real quick. So
Yeah. We knew going into this playoff series that it was going to be tough sledding, regardless of who the opponent was, because we ended up in 7-8 territory, it would be much different if we were going against like a Minnesota or even Denver right now. They don't even look the same. So I think that, we just ended up always, as usual, drawing the short end of the stick by not winning winnable games. And even that Blazers game is a perfect example of just like the Suns. They have the pieces, there's flashes, but mentality wise and makeup wise, we're just quite not a deep playoff team just yet. But we were only supposed to win 33 games this season. And, while we keep running back to that, it is important to realize what they did with what they had was incredible. Like, I don't think that there's, and I hate saying this because I'm, biggest homer in the world, but I don't think there's a reasonable path to beating OKC in this 7-game series. And I mean, I think we kind of already knew that, but it's great to see that we're like 2 or 3, maybe even just one right person away from being a really unstoppable team on both ends of the floor. So it sucks right now, but I think we'll come out the other side of it at least willing to be able to compete with the other big teams in the West.
Well, and I think, regardless of how this series goes, either way, you're seeing like all love to Mark Williams. When he is healthy, he's an awesome player, but when we've needed him the most, he has not been available. So I could definitely see the front office, this summer, potentially even on draft night, exploring a trade, including that second pick, to potentially upgrade or even just, find a suitable veteran that, has a good history of staying healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was talking to people about that at my job about how it's time to move on from Mark Williams, even though it's early. He has great value right now. He can't stay healthy for us, which is, I mean, the reason why everybody was scared to take a risk on him. And also, Malawach is starting to do things in the NBA that is like, okay, he might be a little rough around the edges at first, but there's something there. And him and Iguodaro has also shown the flashes of being able to hold it down. So them two, I think, is what we need to focus on. And if we can get a point guard, that would probably make everyone way better. Devin Booker could be Devin Booker again. Dylan Brooks would probably be able to get better offense with a real point guard. Keep Colin coming off the bench and just have a real actual point guard, maybe a John Morant or something like that, if he can get his act together.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a very interesting scenario because I know, we're trying to rebuild that culture, especially after Robert Sarver left town, and we know how dirty that closet was. But everybody knows John Morant is a game changer. He's an amazing player, one of the most electrifying players in the league still. But just I don't know if I mean I know Ishbel wants to win, but especially after just leaving the Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal situation, if he wanted to wants to take on another potential media headache like John Morant.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. And honestly, this is one of those situations where you have to be very confident that John Morant has had a humbling from not being the guy to being just basically DNP'd because the coach is like, you're messing up our flow. And, we don't need that around here. There comes a point where, it's not like John Morant killed anybody or anything crazy. He made some stupid decisions and continued to make more stupid decisions after that. But he's a young guy with a lot of money. Probably never, he's also a generational talent. So him and Dylan Brooks can, if Dylan Brooks can be what CP3 was for Aiton and all those other guys and make them be on that level, if Dylan Brooks can have that kind of effect on Ja, even though Dylan Brooks is out here getting in trouble himself, I think it's easier to get in trouble in Memphis than it is to get in trouble in Phoenix. So in those certain ways he was getting in trouble, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So I don't know. I would take the risk, not at the expense of anything important from the team. His trade value is down. It's not low enough to where we wouldn't have to try to give up something significant to get him. But I think that whether it's Ja or not, we need a legitimate point guard like that can distribute the ball, so Booker can go be Booker every game and not have to make those uh like be playmaking for everyone all the time. Like
Yeah.
he's a great playmaker. He's gonna play make at the two spot, but if we can get him just naturally hitting threes and just going off, going crazy, and then a real point guard elevates the way shooters and scorers play. They'll be able to find Jalen Green better at the rim. They'll be able to get Dylan Brooks into his spots because they know, hey, my job is to find people at their spot and give them the ball. So I wish we had like another coming of Chris Paul. Kind of like we need someone that understands basketball really well at point guard.
Right.
Be interesting to look up, see who will be available next summer.
Yeah, I think it's time for them to even if they need to trade Mark Williams in some scraps to get like a real solid point guard, even if it is the best point guard in the world, even someone like a Dennis Schroeder level point guard would make this team a whole lot better.
Yeah, as I said, there's a lot of guys that can beat the glue in a last piece, but like you mentioned, I'm just happy that we're here. Unfortunately, we're dealing with arguably the best team in the NBA. With or without questionable officiating, you can't take that away from them. They are good.
They're
It's
very
just
good.
it's just frustrating because as Suns fans, we are used to being in the middle of well, why are these officials or why did the league office make this decision against us but not them kind of thing.
Yeah,
And we thought we had problems with Scott Foster.
I mean we do, but it's not
Not
just
as bad
him.
as not as bad as the crew in OKC, man.
No, it's like we burned down their house or some shit, man.
I think that
Literally,
Scott Foster's
like
just
we
like, I
slept.
can't be there,
It's like
guys.
we
Make
slept with
sure
one of
that
their wives.
Scott Foster just sent them a message. Hey guys, I can't be there tonight, but make sure that you screw the Suns.
I'm
And they're like, please, master, how much should we
surprised I
screw
haven't
them?
seen a report about Devin Booker being fined yet.
I think he's getting fined, and I think Matt Ishbia is getting fined too because Matt Ishbia came out on Twitter in defense of Devin Booker with a fiery response saying that he agrees, he doesn't like calling out the refs, but that's some BS, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
I mean, good for them for being able to take that strong stand because a lot of people wouldn't, especially and I don't think at this point Booker really cares what happens, how he gets fined. But I tell you what, there's gonna be some shit hitting the fan. Say if they try to suspend him for that, but
Nah, they'll just fine him. And Devin Booker's a very rich man, dude. He don't give a fuck.
oh no, he's gonna keep saying it. It's just funny because oh my gosh, both him and Brooks taking jabs at SGA, and it's just like, man, we're gonna have to have Coach Cal later this summer between those two.
Yeah, no doubt.
I do want to go over real quick one more Suns point before we eventually go to the Cardinals. Lately in our Arizona Sports Fanatics Facebook group, there's been a little debate back and forth about Devin Booker's performance within the past few years, or in fact his entire tenure as a Sun, since we've been going to the playoffs more consistently with his on-court performance. How I don't know, like we'd be dropping 25, 30 points on a fire, but then like he's just been going ghost mode where like he's not really been there and full on Devin Booker, especially when it comes to like the end of the season or like right now in the playoffs. So like, what do you guys think about that take with the debate back and forth on D Book?
Go ahead, Frankie.
I mean, I think there's good arguments for both sides, but I think Devin Booker honestly gets a lot more hate and disrespect than he deserves because a good majority of his career, he's not had a good fucking team around him. So that's like, and his loyalty to this organization through all of the garbage has been, exemplary. I don't understand why the guy is, dipped on so much. Like, he's a phenomenal scorer. He, sometimes does disappoint, disappear in big moments, but who doesn't? At the end of the day, he is our franchise player. We are still a very young team, and honestly, like, it is what it is, but there's
Yeah,
always
no,
going to
I
be.
agree. I think that Devin Booker gets too much disrespect, and not only that, but it's like Devin Booker was dragging corpses with him to the finals, dude. Like
Yeah.
literally, you know, let's be real. CP3 was the engine, but Devin Booker and honestly DeAndre Ayton did a lot of scoring. You know what I mean? They did a lot of scoring to get there, and D Book put us in position to be in the finals. And the whole KD thing, I love Kevin Durant. I have a Kevin Durant Sun jersey. I always have to say this every time I talk about Kevin Durant, so people know it's real. Like I really love that he was on the team. I was so happy and excited. But I feel like Kevin Durant, as discovered by his burner page, called Devin Booker Mussolini, which is a dictator's name, and he had another name for I think CP3 or the coach or whatever. But I don't think that they meshed as good as they, that we thought they did. So and you can also see he had a lot of smoke for his teammates in Houston. So I'm not saying that Kevin Durant was the reason why we didn't do exceptionally well in those teams, because no matter what you can do, Kevin Durant's going to give you 27 points and whatever
Oh,
else
he's
stats he
gonna hoop.
does, because he's just very, very consistent. I would say Devin Booker, it has averages like 30 something points in the playoffs per game. You know what I mean? No, you can't just do that when you're disappearing in the biggest moments. Devin Booker doesn't always need to be the person hitting the game winner or doing all that. Other people on other teams always do that. Like there's people on other teams that win the game for him. We need more of that. Devin Booker's just fine, but if he's gonna have to win every game single handedly, then I mean, what are the other guys on the team for?
Well, that's kind of why we got that supporting cast that we tried to get the last 2 years after our main finals core with Kevin Durant, Beal, and then Brooks and Green now, because it's like we can't get this done really when we just fully rely on Booker.
They
So
should have never gone beyond getting Kevin Durant. They should have got Kevin Durant, kept
And
Chris
stuff.
Paul and DeAndre Ayton, and tried to play with that team 1 year. Why not? They just blew it up and made this like Frankenstein team with Bradley Beal, and it was just as soon as we got Beal, I was like, yeah, this is gonna fail. Booker and Beal do the same thing. Like we're not gonna be able to. This isn't Goran Dragic and what was the other point? Eric Bledsoe and who else?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this isn't that. That failed too. Why would we try to do the three guard thing? Like disgusting. Disgusting basketball acumen right there. Like just trying to slop together players that have big names. It just blew my mind that we did the Bradley Bill thing.
I was
I
gonna say
like Bradley Bill as a human being. He's a cool guy, like no doubt. But what the heck was that, man?
Super Ball doesn't work anymore.
I think Mikal Bridges in an alternate universe should just be on this team.
Hey,
it's meant to happen. It has to happen.
he's gonna come
And I'm
home.
and I'm
It's
not
like,
posting it.
hey, it's not working in New York, bro. Send him back to Phoenix.
Hey, a
And
lot of
I'm not
people are kind of unhappy with him. I guess we'll take
and
him
I'm not
back.
opposed to Cam Johnson either, because like apparently Nugget fans aren't really too fond of him. So
He
Hey,
sucks for them, dude. He's
give
so
both
bad
of
for
them back
them.
to Jordan Ott.
Listen, dude, Michael Porter Jr. is I don't want to say he's better than Cam, but they're stupid for making that trade, because he gets more rebounds than Cam. He scores more points per game than Cam. He gets more assists than Cam. He literally does everything better than Cam Johnson, except for 3-point maybe, and that's gone down for Cam since he's been in Denver.
You
I
must
try to
be
bet on him.
adjusting to the air.
This fool doesn't even get 4 rebounds
the
no more.
elevation.
He never gets 4 rebounds anymore. I'm like, bro, Cam Johnson used to smack 4 rebounds in Phoenix, bro, like it was nothing.
Right.
That's the
He,
elevation.
yeah, I think it's the elevation, man. Like Michael Porter Jr. was still putting in work. He was inconsistent, but he was a X factor on that team.
Well,
Sometimes,
now he's his own superstar.
yeah, on a sucky team.
Like Booker used to be.
Yep, he's in his Booker phase, early Booker phase. Hey, I think we deserve to be good though, man. I don't know. Yeah, Dylan Brooks had a good game. He scored 30 points. I mean, we got smashed to high heaven, but
I was gonna say again, it came down to one quarter. Every quarter except the third, we played them, right there entirely. But that third quarter, you get outscored by 15 points and you lose by 13. There's the common denominator: quarters that kill games.
Well, yeah, well,
Yeah.
the Suns can't stop crumbling. That's the thing. It's like when we get a good thing going, we just can't lock it down. We have to lock down the entire game and like play like consistent throughout the whole game. And I think once everybody plays together more, because remember, this core of Brooks, Booker, and Green have not played a lot of games together. We have that curse where I don't know what it is. Our main players just don't have very good chemistry or time. So
Right.
I hope they don't make any radical moves in the off season so we can keep this core together.
I was gonna say the only thing I think we might need to do in the off season is improve, potentially the health of our center and our power forward, position.
Yeah, I'm down
Get
to
a
make
couple,
moves.
get
We
some
need to
moves
do
to back
that.
Brooks.
What? What was that last thing you said, Frankie?
Like just make a couple veteran moves that way. Maluak and Fleming have some good, continued leadership and development behind them.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I wouldn't mind upgrading power forward like you were saying too. I don't know how they would do that though. I think Rasheer Fleming would. It just. I think it's just time to let Malawak and Rasheer Fleming like kind of play. They'll have another summer league off season thing where they can go show that they're hey we're NBA players now. If Fleming makes a second year jump, dude, you might
Right.
not need to get nobody. He's really good.
We might be summer league champs. Those two could just go off.
Right,
Depending on what we get
seriously.
for
They catch the
rookies.
little vibe.
Well, shoot, even Bray shows, flashes now.
Yeah, he got his little garbage time game. No, I'm just kidding. I'm excited for him. We need him to be. We need some shooting, man. We need some consistent shooting. I think our most consistent 3-point shooter is a good one right now.
Yeah.
And we need a
David's been
championship
lighting
in the
it up,
valley.
huh?
So we need a championship in the valley. So Summer Suns, let's go.
Right, Summer Suns. You're our only hope. No,
Woo!
I'm just kidding.
Summer League.
Unless the Suns make a miraculous first round comeback against OKC, but let's go Summer Suns.
Put $1 on it, you get 500. Just letting you know, I've looked at it. Crazy people activities.
Damn.
That's what we do. We're crazy.
That's crazy work.
I mean, hell, if they can do it, if anybody can do it, it's these Suns.
Yeah, I was gonna say the talent's there, and I feel like at least bringing the vibes back to Phoenix, we can get one.
Yeah, we got to start at one game. That we can't talk about them winning the series until we win a game, and the series doesn't start until the home team loses.
Yep.
So
Man,
they
I'm
did
tired
their
of
job.
OKC getting gassed.
Yep, they did their job in Oklahoma City. Now we got to do our job in Phoenix.
Just like the
Because
Cardinals need to handle their shit tonight.
I
the
believe.
next three are in Phoenix, yeah?
Next, next three.
I'm not sure about the format. I think it's 2-3. I think it's 2-2-3. No,
2,
two
3, and
three
then
one.
OKC. I
Two,
don't
three,
know.
two, one. I believe it is.
Oh,
Yeah, 2-3-2-1. But I don't know if it's three. Whatever, dude.
interesting.
We know that the next two for sure, no matter what, will be in Phoenix,
We gotta bring it.
and we should at least win one of those games. I think that like momentum alone and just like we're a top 10 defense. If we can stop SGA and we can limit the fouls, they can't beat us regular. No, I'm just kidding. They can beat us regular, but if we limit the foul opportunities, it's a more even game. I'm sure if we
Right.
took away like 7 foul attempts, that's 14 points. 7 free throw attempts,
Yeah.
that's 14 points. So and then and one in there, that's 15. If you throw an and one in there, that's the game. So if they can limit fouls and not be angry and get technicals and stuff, I think we got a shot at a game or two, and then you just stack it from there. Try not to get eliminated fast. Even if you do lose, take it to 6 or 7. If they take it to 7 games with OKC, I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm like, damn, we made OKC go 7 games. That's sick, But I would rather win, of course. But I mean, OKC is just young and already very good.
Yep, and they're
It'd
going
be
to
good energy to go into the offseason, though.
Yeah, if we go 6 or 7 games, that's a really good start. With just like, we were just fucking around this year, basically.
Literally, we were because as oh hey, the Houston Outcasts and Devin Booker and a bunch of scraps gonna win 30, maybe 30 games this year. So yeah, anything right now, whether we're getting smacked or not the rest of the way, it's gravy. It's good progress. It's something to be happy and build upon for next year.
Yeah, people talk about all Devin Booker's shortcomings, but they don't talk about, that regular season we just had where he went like 4 or 5 games scoring like 35, 36, 32. He was going fucking hand sandwich.
Not only that, but it's just like these teams that he's led to 40 some plus wins. They normally wouldn't probably win those amount of games without his ability.
No, heck no. Even when Devin Booker isn't going off and scoring a lot of points, he has a lot of like 10, 11 assist games. Like, Devin Booker shouldn't even be doing that.
Right.
He should not even be being as Mr. Assist, but he has to because nobody can play make as good as him on the team, which is crazy. He's our best playmaker. It's like that means we need a point guard super bad. Colin was doing it for a while, but when Devin Booker's consistently out assisting you, I can't say you're a better playmaker because he's making more plays.
Right.
Colin is just kind of like instant offense and really good defense sometimes. I love Colin, and he definitely has a spot, but we need a starting point guard now.
Right.
I think that's like one of the main spots. We get our center spot, nailed down with Malawach or, whoever, and we get a good PG, and I think this team is like rock solid.
We were harping on that too all last offseason. Point guard, true point guard. And then Colin Gillespie came in. We're like, oh shit, we need to show legit.
Yeah, nope.
Chance, we have less than an hour.
Less than an hour until you guys have to go?
No.
The
Wait,
draft.
What? To the draft.
NFL draft. The NFL draft. And with the 3rd overall pick in the NFL draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Damian James, Arizona State University. Woo! Shit. I got drafted by the Cardinals, guys. Yeah. 3rd overall.
Are you demanding starter money too?
33-year-old running back out of Arizona State. They're
3rd
like,
overall.
hey, you're already 4 years past when we want running backs.
Okay.
For one David Johnson year and retire.
Hey, I'll be 28 in August. I'm still good to go.
Hey, well, you're not good at sports.
How do you know?
I'm just kidding. What are you gonna do? Next Cooper DeJean out here, locking, strapping shit down.
Nah, low key, bro. Like I like playing fucking wide receiver and safety. If I were to pick offense or defense.
Oh, then you would have to be like Julian Edelman or Danny Amendola or Cole Beasley.
Like I don't even know a dope white safety, low key, but
we just got one, right? The guy from the Jags. What's his name, Frankie? You know him.
That doesn't count. He's not dope.
The safety.
The guy from Jacksonville that we got, the long hair dude.
The safety.
The Trevor Lawrence wannabe.
Bro, yeah. I know it's Anthony. Oh fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember his last name, but yeah, no, dude, I'm actually excited to see him play.
See, he's excited.
He's excited.
I'm excited.
We got too. Dorian. What's that guy's long name? Jackrabbit. Dorian Taylor Demerson. Boom. Yeah, we have him Taylor too, and everybody just forgot about him. Everyone just forgot about him.
Yeah, we all did.
Dude, we
Well, I
got a
hope
lot
they.
of game
That's the
breakers.
first thing I said when Jalen Thompson signed with the Cowboys. I'm like, here comes Taylor Demerson and Buda Baker, and then we got the guy from Jacksonville.
Well,
So
Buda
it's like,
Baker's getting old. We need
Yeah.
somebody else to give some reps to because Buda can't play every single play.
I mean, I've heard that our staff really likes the Arizona defensive back, so maybe later in the draft we'll see one of those guys stay in state.
I drafted one of those guys.
Was it Stooks or was it?
It was.
Yeah, no, Stooks is a beast.
I drafted him. I did.
Damon keeps saying who he keeps drafting. I think he's trying to hit at something. Wink, wink. Because it's draft day, boy.
It's draft day. Let's go. For the I think I did the whole Arizona Cardinals select thing already. We've already segued into the draft. But hey, yeah, speaking of drafts, I know Dylan is super stoked. He's very stoked about these mock drafts.
Let's
'Cause that
go.
boy thinks he's a GM.
Oh shoot!
Listen, I love this, as all three of us in the room do, but I love my Cardinals, and I always want bets for the team. With, of
That's
course,
right.
in my opinion, with my mock draft. So I just want us to win, damn it! I just want to know a feeling winning a championship.
Hey, at least
Because 01 D-backs doesn't count. I was only 3 years old, so I don't know.
Yeah, same.
I was
I was
10.
3 years old. I remember the D-backs like it was yesterday. To be honest, I just wanted to relate with you on that because you felt so sad.
So as a grown ass man, just let me know the feeling because I didn't even know as a teenager.
That's what she's. Never mind.
Anyway. So Frankie, this is Frankie's last episode because he was the only one that didn't make 7 rounds in his mock draft. So
I'm dead.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
Frankie's
kidding.
moving. Frankie's moving on up. He's
I
ditching us.
did do a full mock draft, you son of a bitch.
You said you did. That's why I suspended you for 3 weeks before this without pay.
Well, I get my pay back.
Let's go.
Yes.
Bars.
All right. Well, I stand correct. Us three have 7 rounds of mock drafts for the
Mine
Arizona
just had
Cardinals.
trades.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I only have 5, but it's because I did trade.
Oh man, I made no trades in mine. I stuck with all 7 rounds.
You guys. Oh, never mind. I just didn't scroll down. My bad. I got 3 A pluses. Oh damn, that's right.
Yeah,
3
no.
A pluses, and the rest A's. Good.
I got 2 A's, a B, and a C in position value.
A C. You got the lowest grade out of everybody. Jeez. So my first 5 rounds were A's. 3 of them were A pluses. Rounds 1, 3, and 5 A's pluses. But round 6 and 7, I got B pluses. I'm like, you hoes, but whatever.
You did it on the same one. I didn't get anything but A's and A pluses because I'm built like that. Knuckle.
But our viewers get to be the judge.
I'm
So,
sorry.
Dylan, awesome for it. What do you got in store for the Cardinals?
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm gonna be the first one to reveal. So how are we doing this? Am I just gonna read my? Are we just gonna go like 1-1-1 and then are we gonna read up and down?
I think I'm just gonna say the players and what draft slot I drafted them at. Like I'm gonna say number 3, whoever.
And then my turn and then Frankie's turn and then go different rounds.
Yeah, you want to all do it round by round till we all reveal our first person at what number, and then we go to the second person. We just go in order.
Yeah, we'll just take turns by rounds.
Oh.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do our first round. So for me, I'll start first. I drafted David Bailey with the number 3 pick out of Texas Tech. He's an edge. I know you guys know about him, but just so people know, I think it's pretty. For me, there was nobody at 3 that really deserved the grade more than him for me because him and Josh Sweat can get to quarterbacks in the NFC West. We need that badly because all the other teams have really good quarterbacks. So if we can make the quarterbacks panic, we have the DBs to make interceptions and batted passes and whatever. So that's why I chose David Bailey first. I think that Nick Rollins needs all the weapons he can get because this is his last chance.
Absolutely.
Dylan, what about
I
you?
like
Oh
that.
wait, never mind. Frankie.
What? Oh, me?
Yeah, I want
I
everyone
guess
to
Okay.
it's
go.
Frankie.
So I did a little magic. I traded pick number 3 to the Kansas City Chiefs for the number 9, the 29, number 40, and 74. And with, I also gave Kansas City our number 65. But with the ninth pick, the Arizona Cardinals select offensive lineman Francis Maioga from Miami.
I like that. That was a good trade, by the way.
So what's crazy is I did. So none of us know each other's picks. Let me get out. I also chose Francis Mayowa at number three, but I didn't trade back though. I just chose him at number 3, man. Just pick the best offensive line available, just right off the grid. Because I don't know who else would trade up. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anywho,
I'm not worried about his health concerns. I think we can get that figured out. Just having his talent in the room, and especially with whoever we're going to bring in either this year or next year, it's a good, very all-purpose lineman that they can grow with for the next 5+ years. Very solid pick, and we know our history with linemen, so
well,
we've got to be sure here.
pre quarterback draft, if we drafted quarterback, so pre that, like you add already a position that's already lacking, that's just like terrible. I don't even know how else to put it. Like the only bright spot that we have is Paris Johnson, really. So then you add Francis Maliola. So that's probably 2 cornerstones right there, and a slow project that you can rebuild by next year with your next hopeful projected quarterback of the future for the franchise. So that's why I personally chose him um, at number 3 and not traded back. But also when you're trying to stack up the running back room with James Conner and Tyler Algier and Trey Benson, um, that's why I didn't really go, and that's why I didn't go Jeremiah Love either. Makes no sense to go Jeremiah Love at number 3. Um, that's why I still think he's going to the Titans. So getting Francis benefits our deep running back room. Hopefully, they all 3 keep healthy. So, and I'm hoping a running game. We're going to need a good running game with our quarterback room with how it is. So,
Well, it's like you said, we have, as much as we want to take the generational talent like Jeremiah Love, our running back room is full. It makes absolutely no sense. And especially with the Algier signing, there's the guy that's honestly going to take a lot of the goal line carries. So you need somebody who's going to pave that road up front, and Mao Yoga is definitely a great start.
Yeah, no reason to draft a running back at 3. It's nuts. Um, the next person I chose him at pick 34, and his name is Ty Simpson. Don't know if you ever heard of this guy. Quarterback from Alabama, QB1. We need a quarterback, man. Jacoby Brissett is getting mad and demanding a new contract as a starter, and the organization is kind of saying, "Oh, we're not choosing anyone as a starter yet." So wait, you mean that there's a chance that Gardner Minshew has a chance to be the starter? Oh heck no! Pushing the red button. Please draft Ty Simpson. Give this kid a chance. What's the worst that can happen? That's my pick at 34.
And it's funny because I made a little more magic happen, and
This guy.
I
he's trying to be
I
Monty O point
I
two.
trade. So I traded the 29th pick that we got from Kansas City and the 40th pick we got from Kansas City to the Philadelphia Eagles for pick number 23, where we in number 54, where we take Ty Simpson at 23. Like
Nice.
like Damian said, we need our quarterback in the future. He's played, he's played for a big program. He showed flashes. Yes, he's an unfinished project, but you've seen what he can do in big games. He's also, underrated as a runner. he's, he can take it in, he can throw. I think, especially working with Mike LaFleur, it's a great project for us to have for the next 5+ years.
All right. So I find this interesting. I did predict in the chat it was going to be one of the rounds, which was round 2, where all 3 of us picked Ty Simpson. However, Frankie picked Francis later than I did. However, you say you picked Ty Simpson at 23?
Yep, after a trade with the Eagles.
So I picked Ty Simpson at 34.
Ooh, good value.
So I got Ty Simpson at a better value, while you
Yeah.
got Francis at a better value. But yeah, I think a lot of Cardinal fans might agree that that one the while back where Ty Simpson's like, I would love to be a Cardinal. That's where it caught me and decent amount of Cardinal fans' attention, and saw the tape. I mean, it's like, honestly, like, it can't. If it goes wrong, then there's really no repercussions because the quarterback room was already shit as it was anyways. So
Right.
try again
And
next
I
year,
mean, he's
guess.
only had 1 year as a full-time starter, so you know what you're getting going in, but you also know that you have a potential to get a very good quarterback.
So my
Yeah.
first question for Ty Simpson, if he were to get drafted, would be, can you at least be better than Clayton Tune, please?
Oh, bro, that's not
'Cause-
hard. Well, actually, I
Oh
take it
yeah,
back.
no, you're setting the bar super low. Hey, what number did you get? I'm sorry, I had to take a leak.
So Frankie got him at 23, and I got him at 34.
Just like me, but we got it. We did it. My next
Yeah.
pick is 65. And I felt like, hey man, Will Johnson was awesome. Garrett Williams coming off of an injury, so we need Traden Stukes from Arizona to come and hold it down for the Arizona Cardinals at 65. That's who I chose. It was A grade because we need that secondary to be beefed up. We're going against JSN, Puka Nakua, and all the giants of all the NFC West teams. And they even mentioned the San Francisco 49ers. Christian McCaffrey's coming out of the backfield 90% of the time, so we need the back end to hold up because the front end is pretty good if Walter Nolan is healthy. So that's my guy at 65, Traden Stukes. His play speaks for itself. What up, Frankie?
Man, I tell you what, as a U of A guy, I love that pick at 65. I know, firsthand what Traden can do week in and week out. Not only that, but just the consistency and the loyalty he had for us for 5 years and during that turmoil. One of my favorites. But my next pick is where you guys got Ty Simpson, 34, and this is where I address our edge rush. I was able to get Zion Young, edge rusher from Mizzou, and you know how we've had great luck with Mizzou players, especially at the edge. Very, high motor player, SEC, performer. I think he's got all the tools to be an all-pro in this league. Put him up with Josh Sweat, and I love that pick if he's available at 34.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so at 65, I also went edge, but for once, me and Frankie didn't go with the same player. I went with Derek Moore from Michigan. Same mentality, mindset, how I expressed the past few weeks about getting Ruben Bain, which in my mock draft I didn't. I went Francis instead, went invested in the offensive line first. But however, the good news is by round 3, which is still a good round, still went edge, hoping to get at least 20 sacks combined between Josh Sweat and Derek Moore. I saw a little bit of tape already from Derek Moore before we went live out of boredom, see what these guys are all about. Very explosive. Saw a couple tapes where he does that spin move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that if we try to get an edge to help Josh Sweat a little bit, that would be awesome for the defense side. So
They definitely need more young, guys to compete at, linebacker and edge for sure.
For sure. Hold on. My fucking...
and a winning culture at Michigan too, may I add.
Oh, yeah.
So my next pick, I think, is 104. Let me go. Um, yeah, it was 104, and it is Grayson Holden.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, my draft glitched out.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, I think you guys are gonna like
He's a
mine.
de- this guy's a defensive tackle out of Oklahoma. Um, he's a big old dude, 293 pounds. He's 6'2", and this man ran a 4.8 on the 40. It's probably as fast as I can run it right now, and he's a gigantic human.
My God.
Yeah, his 40. Yeah, his 20-yard shuttle was 4.79 seconds. He did the three cone drill in 8 seconds. The man is a beast, a beast, a beast, a beast. Um, Played in all 13 games last year. 7 starts, 33 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 passes broken up, and a forced fumble. Yeah, let's get it.
Nice. And then my pick happens to be, or next pick is at pick 54. And I don't, honestly, in real life, I don't think he's going to fall this far because he's been rising up draft boards. And even today, I saw where he went in the first round. But at 54, I got Max Anchor from ASU, offensive lineman coming over. You know, big game player, definitely a guy that can come in, compete right away, and another guy that can play 5+ years and develop with this group.
Nice.
Nice. So my 104th pick in the fourth round, I also went defensive line after I went edge. So that way we in my mock draft. So I'll say what I get first. It's defensive line, Daryl Jackson Jr. from Florida State. So you put him next to Walter Nolan, and then you have Josh Sweat, and then for my third round pick, Derek Moore. Hopefully, trying to replicate what Seattle did with their front. Trying to do that, and hopefully we just try to get good up there finally. So, well, I'm
Especially
still
when
trying to build the offensive line with Francis still.
we don't even know if Calais is coming back.
I don't think so. We need more young blood, anyways. And if Daryl and if we get a defensive line somewhere in the third or fourth round, and then he shapes up to be with Walter Nolan, beautiful. So
Oh, I
No
got
doubt.
another guy. There you go, Dave.
No, you can go ahead real quick. I'm trying to
Oh
get
no,
back
you're
to
good.
my
I was
shit.
just excited to get to my next pick.
Yeah, get to it. Get to it. I'll go after you.
Okay, so I actually still have another pick under 100. It's pick 74, and you guys were just talking D line, and I was able to nab Lee Hunter, defensive tackle from Texas Tech, and we all know exactly how that Texas Tech defensive line and defense played overall. Had one of the best defenses probably in recent memory, and we saw what Texas Tech was able to do last season. Unfortunately, they were just way too defensive minded, but great pickup there, great value, especially at 74. And I think he's a guy that can step in, with his size and production and, make plays right away.
Hold on. Damn, they told me that they saved it, but they didn't give me all the rounds. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the next round. Let's go ahead, Dylan. I'm trying to figure out how to get this
all
back.
right, so my what was it? Fifth round pick. So finally go offense again after going defense the last couple of rounds. LaFleur finally gets his first weapon of choice as head coach for the Cardinals in round number 5. And I go wide receiver Brandon Thompson from Mississippi State. So we know Marvin Harrison's on year 3? Year 3?
Yep.
So year 3. So usually by year 3, if Marvin Harrison still seems to be like bust ish and only has a couple like boom time games, we could see a team try to see his availability in year 4 as a gamble, you know? So drafting another wide receiver with Michael Wilson, who randomly became an arguable number 1 with Trey McBride, and then who was that guy that we got from San Francisco that we're hoping to pan out because Zay Jones never did?
Kendrick Bourne.
Yep.
Yeah, so we don't even know if he's gonna pan out. So like, it wouldn't hurt if we have another body to the wide receiver room, anyways.
Oh, I think Bourne's gonna feast.
Yeah, so it wouldn't hurt to have another one, anyways, because you can never have enough solid wide receivers, especially if one of them goes down with an injury. And
Right.
and LaFleur, it'd be interesting to see if LaFleur would to draft a wide receiver for the first time in his offensive system too.
Yeah, no, I mean, it says a lot, especially, getting back to Kendrick Bourne, and sorry not to, say too long on non-rookies, but just the fact that a guy comes over from a winning team because of the guy we hired, that says a lot.
No doubt. No doubt. I think I fucked up.
Now Damien's fired.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, you are cursed.
You got
I
the best.
know.
You got the best ones
Dude.
in, and then me and Dylan.
I
can
had
finish our
everything, and then they just won't give it back to me.
all good. Well,
Oh no.
Well, I mean, Frankie can do round 6 and 7.
I was gonna say my next pick is 104.
Mine's 183 and 217.
You're on what?
I'm on 104 because, like I said, with my trades, I got some extra picks to fill.
No, what are you on, Dylan?
Me and him both have 6 and 7, I think.
I got
with the trades, I don't know. I have
3. I got 4 more picks.
What's
So
your number? What number are you on? Is what I'm asking you, brother.
Okay, after now I'm on 183. Round
Okay,
6.
I remember who I took. I have a good memory. So I took a running back from Penn State. His name is Katron Allen.
Okay.
Yep, he was the 3rd team Associated Press All-American last year. He led the team with 1,300 rushing yards, 210 carries, 6.2 yards per baby,
Damn.
15 rushing touchdowns. He set the school record with 4,180 rushing yards in his career with them. So he's that leading rusher for Penn State. Played 12 games with 9 starts, and he had some receiving value too. I like him a lot. He's 5'11", so he's not too big, not too small. 216, and he seems like he could actually really be a good running back. So I like that.
Good gadget player for LaFleur.
Yeah, I got an A+ for this selection too.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you could get an All-American that late.
Yeah, why not? Why not do it?
For sure. But at 104, my next pick, I went edge again, and I took Josh Joseph out of Tennessee. Another guy, SEC performer, played in big games. Tennessee's a really good football program, and we've said this before, we definitely need edge rushers that can get to the quarterback, and bringing Zion Young and Josh Josephs into our, defensive room, I think we have a chance to build something special.
Nice. So my 6th round pick number 183, I decided to invest more into the offensive line and decided to go with Isaiah World from Oregon. Obviously, I haven't done too much research in that since more in the later rounds, but it's like doesn't hurt to try to cure something that's been hurting us for so long.
Yeah, no doubt.
Always.
Go ahead, Frankie.
And then my next pick is 143, and I address offensive linemen again. Heavy on the offensive line, Jeremiah Wright, guard out of Auburn. Again, another guy that has played in big SEC games, a guy that we can bring in, add to the offensive line. If nothing else, we just need, depth because we have a lot of injuries. Every single year, we think we have something solid. We get some consistency. Boom, there goes the line, and the next guy in line is not ready. But if we rebuild everybody from the ground up, I think we can make it, and I think, with the guys that I've selected, be a good solid, foundation.
Yes, I took an offensive lineman. I can't find him right now. It's like Demetrius something. I don't want to. Oh, I think that's him. Nope, that's not him. Crown over. There he is. Boy, my memory cooking right now. Let's go. So I took Demetrius Crown over. What pick was it, Dylan?
183.
Sixth round,
183.
183.
I took him at 183.
Dang.
Nah, this guy is 6'7", bro. And he's an offensive tackle. Yeah, I'm picking up. I did the athleticism thing here. You know what I mean? Like, he started all 13 games at right tackle last year. He plays from Texas A&M, which is a great program. Good backup with potential to develop into a starter. That's what most draft boards say about him. So we need some depth. It's late in the draft. He's huge. He's long and athletic. Um, he could probably play tight end too. So they already experimented with the tight end thing. So
Yeah, no,
I
just the
think he's
fact.
good. He's good. He's big. He's long. He could probably block two people with just his wingspan alone. Demetrius Crown over is the pick for me at OT.
Dang. Now I'm finally at pick 183.
There we go. Sorry, I
And
botched it, guys.
But yeah, no, that's funny. But no, I actually used this pick on a running back, giving Mike LaFleur another potential gadget weapon. Adam Randall, running back out of Clemson, very productive. Dabo Sweeney definitely knows how to recruit running backs. We saw what Travis Etienne did at Clemson, and we, saw what we did a little bit with Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. So I think he's good value here, and it's one of LaFleur's first weapons.
Nice. I feel like I'm the only one that went wide receiver. But it's all good though. That's why we have all different minds. Makes things interesting. Anyways,
Believe me, I
with
was
this,
close to going wide receiver a couple times.
but
Oh,
with
just
the 217th pick, uh, seventh round, I went with safety Cole Wisniewski, from Texas Tech, because I really don't know how I need to learn my homework. I didn't learn the guy from Jacksonville's name by next week,
you
but
start having
I
defense,
really
bro.
I really don't know how that's gonna and that him and losing Jalen Thompson and how that's gonna affect us really, because we were so used to having a top 5, 10-ish safety tandem with those two, but now losing one of the two and Buda Baker getting older, I don't know, man. So that's why I just kind of went screw. I just went safety with my last pick.
Go, Frankie. I don't remember who I took yet.
All right. Well, where Dylan said that nobody else addressed wide receiver at pick 217 from Oregon, I am taking Malik Benson, wide receiver,
Never
giving
mind.
LaFleur a great weapon to stretch the field.
We all drafted very similar.
We
I'm
all
We
gonna
have
be
mentioned
real
my
with
different
you. I do
players.
not freaking remember who I took, but I do think I took a wide receiver though. I don't remember who it is. So
not bad, guys. I loved hearing that.
yeah, it was great. I think that we all made some good picks. I should have. I tried to save it, and when I clicked save, it cut off everything after round 3. I was so mad. So, because I had a great draft, a lot
Right.
of A+, and
Well,
I think we all did great. We all addressed the needs that we need. Um, I could have probably went heavier on the O line.
so how do you guys think in 25 minutes, once we get started, things are gonna look or end up for the Cardinals?
I hear that they're going to trade the number 3 pick to New York, but I don't believe that.
You hear that they are?
hmm
Are you talking about the number 5 or the number 10?
I'm not sure about what the trade actually is. I just hear
Interesting.
that the Giants really want number 3.
Yeah, because Harbaugh is in love with Jeremiah Love.
I mean, he should be. He's a good player.
We better get a king's ransom.
Yeah, I would
I feel
want a
like
lot.
Cardinals. Honestly, I feel like the Cardinals are the one that hold the cards of Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
they're either gonna draft him or somebody else is gonna trade with them to draft him.
Or they
and
know
that's
that the
hence
Titans
why
aren't
we
going to
trade
draft
back.
him.
But like I kind of simulated. I feel like KC giving us 2 first-round picks is our best value.
For sure.
Because I don't see any situation ever where the Giants are, hey, we like Jeremiah Love, but we're going to offer you the 5 and the 10 just to move up to 3.
They wouldn't do that. You're right. They wouldn't do that. It would be like the 5 and like maybe a round 2.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd have to be something like that because giving up both top 10 picks, you have to be 100% that, next year we are making a run for the Super Bowl and he's a Hall of Famer kind of shit.
Wandale Robinson in 10.
What?
I said Wandale Robinson in 10.
Did you?
Wandale Robinson is nice, bro.
He's solid. You think they would trade him to us and 10?
No, we probably would want more because we don't really need receivers.
Right. It's going to be interesting because like they have to have a plan. It cannot be the same Cardinals bullshit. And Mike LaFleur gives me at least some realistic hope that there's at least a new vision that's coming in. And if some reason or another we take Jeremiah Love, that there's a plan to get the quarterback and the offensive line. But as Arizona sports fans, we're pessimistic and we know it's not going to be that easy.
Right. We're not meant to have good things.
The way they're operating already concerns me. I'm slightly hopeful because, I want them to be good and do good. But the stuff they've done so far, I'm like, I don't know if I love this.
Yeah, well, my biggest thing is just like the biggest black eye right now is just the whole Jacoby transparency, or just situation in general because it's like I don't think anybody sees that, especially if you're a quarterback coming in. It's just like they already have an upset quarterback, and then they're going to bring me in to make that worse.
Right. That's not even the whole picture. After deciding that you're comfortable enough with Jacoby to get rid of Kyler Murray, you're doing this now.
Yeah,
Right.
not only that, but it's like you bring somebody in to back him up, but you're going to pay him more guaranteed money.
And you're going to say that the QB1 job is not Jacoby's. They said that it's nobody's. They haven't named a starting quarterback.
Which, I mean, in a sense, I do get that because that's fair, but at the same time, it's just like
No, it isn't fair.
They glazed Jacoby like a freaking, and then now they're doing this.
Yeah, they put his picture up in the training room. Listen, Gardner Minshew is not better or equal and in the same world as Jacoby Brissett. And I don't even think Jacoby Brissett is that good. But we know that Gardner Minshew is much worse. Why is there a competition?
Because they're paying a backup almost $10 million.
Yeah, if he thinks that either one of these guys is going to unlock the system, then I have no hope.
Yeah, no, it's gonna
Which is crazy because isn't he getting paid more than Jacoby now?
He is.
That's funny.
That's why Jacoby wants another contract. The way the
That's why
Cardinals do
Jacoby
business
fits.
sometimes makes me mad.
I'm pretty sure. So Minshew's contract, I'm pretty sure he's guaranteed 5-6. Jacoby's only guaranteed 1-3.
So it wouldn't surprise me if Bale's like, ew, gross, and cuts fucking Jacoby Brissett, and it's a battle between fucking how did I draw a blank? Ty Simpson, there we go, Ty Simpson.
Jacoby.
And then fucking Gardner Minshew.
Oh, yeah,
I'd be sick to my stomach, bro. A rookie or Gardner Minshew? Are you serious?
As the Cardinals turn.
I'd be really pissed. Like at that point, we should have just kept Kyler Murray.
And then we get to see how that Viking season turns out.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. That whole division is just going to be interesting because you have a whole healthy season of Micah Parsons. You have Kyler Murray going over there. You have the Lions trying to reset from a disappointing season. And then, of course, you have the Bears trying to repeat the playoffs again.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good division.
That's a good-ass division.
Kyler Murray's kind of cursed being in the best divisions.
Dude, he just left a stacked division for a potentially just as stacked. But I think, honestly, if we can't... I mean, taking Love would be silly because we have everything we need in our running back room right now. Unless you are getting rid of Benson, and if, it makes no sense bringing Algier. You have to basically trade it.
When they brought back James Cook, my God, when they brought back James Conner, I pretty much factored that we weren't going to draft Jeremiah Love.
That's how
Right.
I know you put too much James Cook touchdown bets.
Hey, Cook was cooking sometimes.
Hey, low key, bro, Damian, like every week, oh, James Cook a touchdown again. I'm like, bro, how many times are you gonna hit on that shit?
A
Hey,
lot.
Cook was cooking. But no, it makes no sense. It's going to be interesting to see who trades with us for that number 3. Is it going to? Like I said, I would rather it be Kansas City, depending on what New York would offer, just because it gives us more picks as opposed to. But at the end of the day, it's the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to Cardinal. But I hope we end up with Mayoga and Ty Simpson either today or early tomorrow.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll make Ty Simpson a first rounder, or will he have to wait till 34?
It's interesting because I heard a report saying that the Cardinals think that they can wait it out for him to fall, but I honestly think if they wait way too long, the Jets are going to trade right in front of them, actually no, the Jets are going to swoop right in front of them because they'll have 2 picks again, one in the 20s, one at 32 or 33, and if the Cardinals don't jump, I think they could very well take him.
I think even a team like the Rams could take him.
You think the Rams would take him?
Yeah, I do. Stafford was hurt before the season started last year. He had a good year, but he can't keep playing football forever.
Right, he's already almost
Be a
40
good guy to
as
learn
is.
from.
Yeah, he can learn for another year, get the system and from one of the best coaches. Well, that's a Rams thing. That's a Rams thing to do.
Where's the thing though? Once Stafford retires, so does Devontae Adams.
Right.
Yeah.
You just got Puka though.
Right. Yeah, no, it's funny because I actually did the full 7-round draft, or not 7-round, but the whole 32 team first round, and I actually gave Matt Stafford a weapon. I gave him Sadiq from Oregon. Could you imagine that offense bringing in Sadiq and then you have Adams, Nakua on on your outside?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Like we have enough problems with that, and it's just like, oh great, I just gave a weapon to Matt Stafford.
Sometimes it's worth the price of admission, though.
All I know is I'm excited, ready for some football, at least to get back into football momentarily, see who we got coming in, and I'm cautiously optimistic, with LaFleur coming in, but it's gonna be a process, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, if we don't go punter, we riot.
Damn right.
I think we got a shot if we can keep Jacoby off his back.
Or Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew becomes a starter and does super good.
I mean, I would be for us doing good with whoever, but I don't foresee that.
Same.
But I just realistically want us to focus on our needs, not try to be too, cute with moves. Just find guys that are character guys, fit a need, and you could see being here 5+ years. Not fringe guys that, well, they could hit, they could not.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Right now, I just don't want the Cardinals thinking that there's some good team with some good structure. Like, build, bro. Matt LaFleur always talks like, oh, yeah, we'll be good. And da-da-da. Like, no, 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 no. You're trying something new for the first time. If we're good right away, awesome. I would love that. Be Jordan Knott. Please be Jordan Knott. But like, let's be real here. We're in a tough division, dude. Tough division.
I was gonna say, gents. I was gonna say I know the draft's in 13 minutes, but I gotta figure out whether I'm going to have to get on my phone or on my TV. So I like to try to figure that out before 13-ish minutes soon.
Well, looks like we'll give you that chance to do it.
Let's go. So, and it'd be
All right,
interesting to
guys.
see if the Giants get Jordan Tyson. That's the last thing I'm gonna add for the evening.
Yes, that's the only non-Cardinals move I am rooting for.
What?
Mhm. Jordan Tyson and Cam Scottaboo, Giants together.
I would like it.
But yeah, that's my concluding thing for the evening before I start finding the draft.
Good fight, good night, go Cardinals. Fuck OKC.
Right? Let's go. Let's hope that we can get Ty Simpson in this draft. I'll be super happy.
Oh yeah. If we get a power stack like Malioga and Ty Simpson, that's a win. And that's something you can build with for 5+ years and you keep it rolling.
It'll be interesting if we trade back and get King's Ransom though. So,
well, we all gonna find out in about 10 minis.
I love that.
yes,
Well, thank
sir.
you guys. I always love doing this with you guys.
Show us some love.
No,
Don't
don't
forget
show
to
us any love.
subscribe.
We're doing reverse psychology. You hate this podcast. Don't put any comments in the comment section. Do not connect with us on Facebook in a group that has lots and lots of people that love what you love. And yeah,
Don't do it.
Hit the thumbs
don't
down.
do it. Please don't. We don't want you to. Do what you want
don't
to
do it.
We don't do this weekly because we like it. No.
at all. We hate this. And but we don't hate you. So please tune in, join in, do all those fun fabulous things, and we love you guys. We really do.
Arizona,
You 1-0 people.